This is a balanced chemical equation given, and I will discuss how to write net ionic equation for this given equation. Net ionic equation is an equation which includes reacting ions and spectator ions. Spectator ions are the ions which are present on both sides of the equation. To write net ionic equation for this given equation, we break the reactants and products which are in aqueous state into ions. Let me take first reactant, that is calcium hydroxide. It is in aqueous state, it means it is soluble in water, it dissociates into ions. Calcium hydroxide, it is made up of calcium atom and hydroxyl group. Calcium atom is a second A group element, and second A group element present in a compound always show +2 charge. Hydroxyl group has -1 charge. Hydroxyl group shows -1 charge. Well, now we write down the ions separately. There are 3 moles of calcium hydroxide. It has 3 calcium atoms, that is why it produces 3 calcium ions. I write here 3 calcium ions, and there are 3 to just 6. There are 6 hydroxyl groups, that is why it produces 6 hydroxide ions. Plus the next reactant, that is ferric chloride, and it is made up of Fe and Cl atoms. Fe shows +3 charge in ferric chloride, and if it is a ferrous chloride, FeCl2, in FeCl2 Fe shows +2 charge. Well, and Cl atom is a halogen atom, and halogens in a compound show -1 charge. Now we write down the ions separately. There are 2 moles of ferric chloride. It has 2 Fe atoms, that is why it produces 2 ferric ions, plus 2 3 is 6. There are 6 Cl atoms, that is why it produces 6 chloride ions. On right side we have calcium chloride as a product. Calcium obviously has +2 charge because it is a second group element, and if it is present in a compound, it shows +2 charge, and chloride ions, Cl atom has so -1 charge. There are 3 moles of calcium chloride, and it has 3 calcium atoms, that is why it produces 3 calcium ions, plus 3 2 is 6. There are 6 chlorine atoms, that is why it produces 6 chloride ions. The next product is that is ferric hydroxide. It is in solid state. It means that it is a precipitate. It does not dissociate into ions. It remains in the same physical state. We put it in the same physical state, Fe whole thrice of OH, and it is in solid state. Now we cancel the spectator ions. The spectator ions are the ions which are present on both sides of the equation. You can see calcium ions are present on both sides, and chloride ions are present on both sides of the equation. Here we can say that spectator ions in this equation are calcium ions and chloride ions. This entire equation is known as a total ionic equation. Now we write down the remaining species in this equation. Here we have 2 ferric ions and 6 hydroxide ions, and right side we have 2 moles of ferric hydroxide, that is a precipitate. It is in solid state. Well, in this equation, ferric ions and hydroxide ions are the reacting species, reacting ions, and which produce ferric hydroxide as a precipitate in the reaction. This equation is known as a net ionic equation for this balanced equation.